Okay, here's the Ghetto coil setup again. I've got 3 additional coils, smaller number of windings in the spaces in between where I had the other coils. And now I am running with the recovery diode and 100 millihenry choke. And right now I'm set up to measure the gate, and the negative of my scope is pegged to the battery, negative of the battery. And I'm running off of 10 volts. Now I can tune my pulse width, okay, and that tuning the pulse width was done with the coil unhooked. And now I'm going to hook the coil back up. And interestingly enough, the gate waveform changes, gets a little bit of oscillation. Now, if I measure the top of the coil, it jumps off the charts. Or I mean, if I measure across the coil, if I turn my scope up and then measure this isn't what I was expecting, but if I measure here on the negative side of the coil where it's connected to the MOSFET, then says I've got 10.8 DC volts, which should be the battery, and that looks like this part of the wave. And then if I look at the peak to peak, it looks like it gets up into the mid-60s. Now, if I measure across the recovery diode, I just measure across the battery. Don't really see much activity. A little bit of spikes. There we go. So, a couple of volt spikes above the battery voltage going back into the battery.